In the same way that there are more people who fear public speaking more than death, it is also incredible that there are more people who fear success more than failure. So yes, fear of success is a real thing, it exists, and it's extremely important to have it on your radar since it's one of the fears that blocks our goals the most and it actually sabotages our personal and professional development. So stay until the end of this video because in only 5 minutes we're going to see the signals of fear of success so that you can identify if you have it. And of course, as always, I will give you some tips to program yourself for success calmly and naturally because life is beautiful, it's full of beautiful things and success is one of them. Now, my name is Jessica Rojas. I'm a career and talent development coach, and in this channel, we talk a lot about mental programming for success. So you can subscribe to the YouTube channel or the podcast as well, so that you don't miss a thing. So let's get started with our subject. So back in the 70s, the psychologist Martina Horner mentioned the fear of success for the first time, and she emphasized on the fact that women suffer it more than men. But the official term fear of success was designated by psychologist Abraham Maslow, and he actually referred to it as those who were afraid of their greatness. Now, the fear of success is essentially associated with the responsibilities that come with having a good position or with having a lot of money or being the reference person of a specific subject or knowledge or being the leader of a company or a movement or even being influential. Now, today we talk also a lot about the impostor syndrome, which also goes hand in hand with the fear of success, and they both can slow down or actually can even stop a person's development or even the desire to continue moving forward. So, how do you know that you are afraid of success? Here we'll give you 4 signals that can make it clear for you, or at least some signals that you can just at least start identifying and think if you have them. Now, number 1, usually somebody who is afraid of success is continually thinking that he or she does not deserve enough that achievement, or if she or he has it, will not be able to maintain it. Now, some thoughts or programs of fear of success are, for example, if I get promoted, it will be out of luck. Or I wouldn't say yes to a promotion, I don't even want to be a manager. Or I don't see myself having a lot of money, I don't need it, so never mind, don't bother. Signal number 2. Another sign of fear of success can be how it could affect your family or your social relationships, which it makes you always postpone the things that lead you to success because family and friends are always more important. Now, this is mostly linked to fear of rejection or loneliness. Now, some very clear and unmistakable thoughts of fear of success in these aspects are: if I make a lot of money, I will lose all my friends. Or if I have a lot of money, people are going to start asking me for money and I won't be able to say no. Or there's another one, if I have a lot of success, people will only look for me out of interest. So observe them. Signal number 3. Another thing that you can observe is how you talk about your achievements. Now, if you are one of those who do not mention so much what you achieve, or even if you feel a little guilty when you are next to people who aren't necessarily achieving their goals, or they seem to have always one step behind you, then you prefer not to make any comments or not to give any details of your professional evolution, that's a signal of fear of success as well. And finally, that previous behavior can also lead us to the next one, which is to sabotage or postpone the actions that can lead us to recognition in your area. Now, something that is happening a lot in this digital area or age is that many people prefer not to be visible on social networks, or they don't write, or they don't accept invitations to podcasts or webinars or things like that because they are afraid of being identified as influencers or not feeling sufficiently expert to be a reference in that area. Now, these are signals of fear of success, but I want to give you also some strategies to protect yourself. Now, like any fear, the important thing is to know how to recognize it and to navigate it, okay? Now, fear of success can be camouflaged with excessive humility, which I don't believe is a bad thing. In fact, I think it's important to keep your feet on the ground and do not letting the ego dominate our actions. So humility is a great source and a great tool as long as it's not a friend. I would like to say that humility is a tool that you take out when you start having sustained success, and it allows you to live calmly and naturally with other people who are not as ambitious as you are, and it helps you maintain those relationships that you're probably super afraid of losing. And it also helps you not to fall into the trap of, I don't want to go super high because otherwise when I fell down it will be super strong. Because by the way, that's another thought of fear of success. So another thing, and like all fears, most of the time generally, what we fear the most is what happens the least. So I recommend you to refer to previous experiences and to remember moments when you actually had important achievements and observe and remember what really happened. So who was actually happy for you? What was really the most difficult thing for you? Or what according to you actually lost or you actually gained after that success? And see this objectively so that you really understand how it affects you physically and emotionally. And finally, success is cultivated and programmed in our neurology and in our essence. A few years ago, I was working with a finance coach on my own programs of abundance and my relationship with money. And he told me something super useful at the time. He told me, you have installed a program of abundance and safety that is fine and is super useful, but you see yourself swimming in a bathtub. You have to see yourself swimming on a lake, then see yourself in a sea, and then you will see yourself swimming on the ocean. But you have to dare to expand the structure you have today and to allow yourself to grow. Now, at that time, I was independent, was a freelancer, and I had a legal structure that only allowed me to earn very little per year. So I started to do these visual exercises. I saw myself swimming in a lake, and then in the sea, and then in the ocean. And I decided to close that structure and to create an actual company. What happened after that was amazing. I started to have new projects. They kept coming in, and the possibilities for expanding were actually huge. So it is really important that you see yourself as a successful person, that you feel okay with that, so that in spite of the fear, you can navigate it. It's important that you identify as a person who is successful and that you are okay with that. It's a natural thing for you. It's a right that you have in this life. It corresponds to you because you make a contribution, and that contribution makes you also worthy of that success. That it was really the learning outcome I had in that process. Because if this doesn't happen, you might need to work a little bit on your appreciation of your achievements and on your vision of your professional growth. We will continue talking about fears and success and how to overcome those fears that actually block your goals. So stay tuned, and above all, continue programming yourself for success. I'll see you in another video, or I'll be in another podcast episode. So see you then. Thank you very much.